and welcome to another episode of the LowerBitrate Podcast, number 79, The Speed Run.
The speed run, indeed. Watch this one be like an hour.
Yeah, and his sick turn of events.
True.
Okay, thank you for listening wherever you're listening. Hope you had
Yeah.
a good week since this comes out on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
LowerBitrate.com, that's where everything is. Click it. How was your week?
It flew by, honestly. I'm like losing my damn mind with this move. So ready for it to be done. I move in 6 days. So yeah, I just don't feel like it's ever enough. Like what have I done? I'm just downsizing quite a bit. From just trying to get rid of a lot of stuff and donate a bunch of stuff and even like put stuff out on the curb. So neighbors love me. I haven't had time to really watch shows except for Loki, and I haven't played my Switch in a bit. I really wish I could, but I just don't feel like I have the time this week. Um, so yeah, my week has been madness, and this next week is also going to be madness. Keep me in your thoughts as I lose my mind. How was your week?
Much the same. I'm getting to that, like, I don't know, that mental state where shit's just blending together. Like, I thought today was Wednesday. Not. No video
Nope.
games this week at all, which is
Yeah.
surprising. I just haven't been in the mood for it. I don't know why.
Have you been really busy?
Not really. I mean, there's like appointments here and there, but I just don't want to sit here and get mud butt. My dog agrees.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did buy a camera though,
What
so
kind of camera?
a Canon camera, and it looks insane because I bought things for it.
That's cool. What are you going to take pictures of?
Videos, not pictures. But
Oh,
that's on the hush hush for now. I don't want
all
to
right.
vocally say it and then it turns out to be something different. I want to keep it under wraps until I actually do it.
All right. Well, let us know when you go public with your, cam show that
Yes,
you're producing. It sounds
I've
like.
been roasted countless times. People said that I'm gonna do an OnlyFans, and yeah,
Yeah, I know what you do with those cameras.
my
You
account
make
name's
some.
gonna be the Milky Way. Let your
Yeah,
imagination run wild.
I just want you to let us know so we can promote it on our lowerbitrate.com website.
Yes.
Anyway,
Other than that, I mean,
yeah.
we're watching a show. Finished it. That's mostly what I've been doing this week because I've been plowing through a couple seasons, well, all of the seasons of the show at this point. And then my week is finished. It's Prime Day, so this is the last
Oh
day.
yeah.
I'm assuming
Mm-hmm.
you didn't get anything. You're downsizing.
No.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah, I
either.
can't believe I didn't get anything, but honestly, I don't ever get anything. Like, um, I bought a water bottle last year. I was like, I like this water bottle. Let me get it again. So I got it for a good price, but that's, you know, I'm not like buying furniture or clothes or I don't know. Amazon's just kind of always there, right?
Yeah.
Ever present Amazon. Bernie Sanders had a fire tweet though, if we want to get political for a second. He was taking shots at Jeff today on Prime Day. Loved it.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos should be going to space very soon. I hope they leave him there. Just leave him on the moon or wherever. Stop. Nobody should have that much amount of money. It's a crazy amount of money.
Right. So I was kind of like, I don't really need to like spend extra money right now. Anyway, so
Yeah, I think the last thing for I guess the biggest thing, well, in my world, I guess, is like the stonks, but I'm just over it at this point. Like I'm just done.
Hmm.
Like there's a lot of like you could tell that people are being paid off to like, post negative comments and shit like that. Like obviously these people on Wall Street have a lot of money. And I'm tired of calling people dickheads, you know? I should have a quota. I met that quota a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I've been mostly like downsizing too, like throwing shit out, favorite thing to do. Love it. Love it. Having less stuff, having less clutter, best thing ever.
Did you get rid of your colognes?
No, that'll stay with me forever.
Will they last forever?
Yeah, they funny enough, some of them have changed.
Yeah, because it's like alcohol, it will like evaporate eventually.
Well, no, mostly these are like more oil based.
Oh,
Yeah, these are on the higher end of
that's right. The parfum.
there you go, see? But yeah, some of them have changed
Emphasis.
for the better, which is actually pretty good. I was surprised.
Colognes. Emphasis on the fume.
There is one that I actually did a blind buy for and kind of regret it. It's just not me.
Why would you do a blind buy?
Because of like reviews and stuff like that. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not the worst smelling thing in the world. It's not, you know, wretched. But if I could avoid smelling like a bodega clerk, I would. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you could just picture how a bodega clerk smells, that is how it is. So
I think they smell fresh.
you let me give me the address. I would like to smell them. Anyway,
They're always behind glass. Anyway, moving on. Stupid point.
so we talked about Manifest.
Hmm.
I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. Who knows? And so I've seen it all. Hot tip: first two seasons are on Netflix. The last one is on Hulu. Man, I had to watch the last few episodes in bed because I normally watch anything on Hulu on my computer because of those stupid ads. Oh my god, I hate those 2 minute long ads. And there's like 4 or 5 of them. I'm like, dude, you guys are annoying. It took me double the time to watch those 2 episodes. I could have watched one in. Especially the last one was like an hour and a half, so it must have been like a 2 hour special.
Jeez.
Um, yeah, sad to say that show is canceled. Like canceled. And it was
Are you
actually.
sad, like Justice League sad?
What do you mean? Juniper or whatever?
Oh, yeah. Juniper
Jupiter's
Fest.
Legacy? No, this show is a little bit better than Jupiter's Legacy. It's like that's some sci-fi stuff, and then I think I have a feeling why it got canceled. First of all, it was on ABC, not ABC, NBC, and they're mostly known for like The Office, Parks and Recreation, like your
Mm.
typical mom shows, like NCIS or some shit like that. And they were touching some territory towards like the last season they put out towards the end
Mhm.
where let's just say the deacon would not approve. You know what I mean?
What deacon?
The deacon of a church
Oh,
or the bishop. They were touching that territory. I was like, ooh,
you're going into some deep cuts here.
yeah. It was okay though. I enjoyed what I saw. However, it was definitely a surprise cancellation because they just basically at this point they just ended it right in the middle. Like
Mm.
after a WTF moment, I was like, okay. And then I learned last night that Netflix declined picking up the option for the show. So if you know anything about shows and writers and contracts and stuff, this show is basically dead in the water. And if it does come back, um, it potentially might not be the same thing.
Mm.
So, yeah, sad. But I recommend the show for what it is for the 3 seasons that are out. Pretty fun.
I will check it out, just not this week and not last week. Eventually. I like sci-fi, so I'll watch it. Something that I forgot to mention before we did the outline, excuse me, is there was a new Rick and Morty.
You
Are
tell?
you going to watch it?
Oh, absolutely not. I hate Rick and Morty.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
It's mostly the cartoon isn't that great to me, and I'm definitely not being a hipster on this one. The fans, some of the fans are some of the worst.
Yeah.
Some of the worst. Like they just discovered espresso. You know what I mean? Like over Dunkin' Donuts coffee. That's basically what Rick and Morty fans to me look like. Oh, this is espresso. No. I want to throw out the C word. You know what the C word is? No. So anything Rick and Morty, zap that shit from my brain. Are you gonna watch it?
Probably. I don't know. I didn't like the last season, but I do have episodes that I really have enjoyed. But yes, you're right. The fandom is toxic. I mean, I don't participate in the fandom in any way. So just kind of am oblivious to it. But yeah, you're right about the fans.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably gonna angry letter or like a 1 star on Apple Podcasts or something, but it's the truth.
Deal with it.
Yeah, truth hurts. You know what hurts more?
Yeah.
That was a snort worthy one. Uh, so I thought this was a joke.
Yeah, it looks like a joke.
Yeah.
Too bad it's not.
Unfortunately for us, it is not. There's a movie called Karen, like Karen the movie. It is
And it's what you think it is.
right. I'll just read you the tagline. A racist, entitled white woman in the South terrorizes her new black neighbors. Directed and written by Coke Daniels. Known for Highway, Blast from the Past, and classics such as Gangsta Rap, The Glockumentary, 2007, cult
The
classic.
Glockumentary.
I wish I was making this up. The classic, cult classic, Who Made the Potato Salad, 2006. Rush to your nearest movie theater. I'm not watching this. This is
Is it even going to come out in theaters? Like,
probably, yeah.
okay, this would have been better if it was if it was like a dark satire, which it might be trying to be, but based off the trailer, it's just a drama, which I think is a huge mistake.
Yeah, they saw Jordan Peele's movies and were like, yes. Thanks.
Exactly.
I'll take that. Thank you.
It's a shame too because the actors look really good, and the only known actress is Tamron Manning. That's her name, right?
Aaron Manning.
Taryn Manning.
You know her
And
for being the hillbilly meth addict from The Orange is the New Black.
yes, so she definitely has been typecasted. Um, so yeah, I don't know why anyone did this movie that's in it.
It should be a drinking game movie. How cheesy and corny it is. You just take, like, a swig, not a shot because you'll die. But
Exactly.
yeah, stalling for time for the YouTube algorithm.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, dead air for the YouTube algorithm.
Well, I just don't really have anything to say about Karen the movie. Like, what is the depth of it?
I mean,
Anyway.
really, you know, this time for gaming anyway, last year was a little bit different because nobody was doing anything. Now people are out and about, going back to work, going back to school, doing things outside. It's not the same as it was last year. Like last year, I think at this point, what we were like neck deep in Animal Crossing or something like that.
Hmm.
And then there was other things like people were trying to keep us entertained, bless their souls in the gaming community or whatever. But now it's just the gaming, you know, at the end of June after E3, especially this E3, which more information came out. The quality of information debatable, but definitely more information came out.
Yeah.
And then just gaming just blew their load. That's it. There's really nothing else until towards the fall. That's
Yeah.
where most. I mean, normally now it's like movie time, like blockbuster movie time, but people are not putting their movies, like their blockbuster movies out. At least not yet. I think July it's when it starts. So, yeah, you want to talk about Loki? Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, we're not watching Loki because one, it's Tuesday, it comes out tomorrow. So we'll talk about episode 3 next week, and I think we'll
Hmm.
be on the right track where we're not, we won't have to skip a week like this week. But I foresaw this happening, so I'm a prophet.
It's okay. We'll
Uh,
figure it out. It's just, I don't have like routine to my life yet.
yeah, I mean, also it comes out on a Wednesday. That's such an awkward day.
Yeah, it's tough. Middle of the week is tough. Sorry, my dog is insisting on being on my lap, but if you hear him tapping around. But yeah, I I wish it was on Fridays or like Sundays or something.
Fridays is the day. Fridays or Sundays. Saturdays, I could deal without any Saturdays, but I think Fridays is the sweet spot. Start of the weekend, you could watch it at night, get some snacks in you. But
Yeah, I would prefer Friday. Um, did you get a chance to watch it again? The
no,
variant?
no,
I
I
watched
didn't
it
watch it.
again. Yeah,
What did you think
I
on the
thought it was
second
really
watch?
good. Okay, there's a movie called Fallen where the demon through touch can hop from person to person. And so they had that kind of scene. I like that a lot. That is a Denzel Washington movie, like Training Day. Um, but yeah, I thought it was good. I like the different actors they had like playing the female Loki. Love the variant that he has variant on his jacket. I love that people want to buy the jacket. Like my Twitter feed was like, where can I buy that jacket? Um, yeah, I thought more and more the show is inspiring like an aesthetic and really doing a lot of world building in a world that doesn't exist anywhere. So I liked it. It's pretty much all I wanted to say.
You can actually buy this jacket.
Hey, for $300,
I don't
you
know.
have to complete a Destiny raid.
Yeah, it'll be like 169 bucks if you wanted real leather, and cotton would be 85 bucks. Hmm, interesting. Doesn't look
Next
like the same
con, oh,
jacket though.
next con we'll see a lot of them, maybe.
Oh yeah, people are gonna eat this shit up
I
because it's
bought a
such an
Poe jacket from Star
Poe
Wars.
Dameron.
Yeah. No, 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 no. I'm sorry. It was Finn's jacket. Remember from the movie that like Ray got or something and no, Poe got and he gave back to him?
Mm. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
that jacket.
It's a cool jacket. I like it. They just need
Yeah.
more time to actually like perfect it because I'm looking at this thin jacket and they pretty much have it on lock for the most part.
Who makes it?
I think a bunch of people. I think most of these come from like overseas, right?
I don't know. Normally it's like one of the nerd brands that handles the merchandising. So I was just wondering if it was one of the like, um, I don't know, one of those brands.
Usually they're more like drop ship, like a company makes it and then they'll put like their branding on it or something like that.
Mm.
Drop shipping is very common for like I think most people would encounter it in like chargers or like battery banks. One of the most well, I don't know about now, but when the Stream Deck came out, the Stream Deck was actually another product that
Yeah,
Elgato drop shipped, and their spiel was the software, but the device itself was basically drop shipped. The first one.
that's cool.
Um, yeah, I mean, I didn't watch the episode again, but I have high hopes for it to. It's only 6 episodes, so I'm not
Mm.
expecting like something groundbreaking to happen, but I do want them to keep it moving forward. I'm really intrigued about this whole multiverse type thing, and I find it interesting that they basically confirmed that he died in the Infinity War movie right at the beginning. I wonder if they'll play around with that, right? Because there's obviously actors and stuff that they would still want to keep around. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I know probably Robert Downey Jr. and maybe Chris Evans and maybe Chris Helmsworth might be a little bit burnt because it's been over a decade for them, playing these characters. But
Mm-hmm.
some of the characters that have died, like Loki specifically, I would enjoy seeing him in another movie if they could somehow finagle that.
Yeah, I would too. I'll watch anything Tom Hiddleston. That's his name, right? Tom Hiddleston
Yeah.
is in.
This ad break is sponsored by YouTube algorithm.
I feel like I want to talk about Training Day.
All right.
Please explain this movie to me.
Well, first of all, the movie's carried by just Denzel Washington, right?
Okay, I thought you said before I saw it though that Ethan Hawke is a good villain.
No, I said
So the whole
Denzel
time I
Washington
was,
is a good villain.
oh,
He's the bad guy,
yeah.
but
As I found out at the end, I kept waiting for Ethan Hawke to be the bad guy.
no, you
Oops.
must have been very confused.
I was. That's why I was like, Lou, what the fuck is this movie?
No, Denzel Washington is the bad guy. It's a story about a corrupt cop, and
Yes. Which should have been, I mean, it was kind of obvious to me. So I was just like, wait, what is Ethan Hawke seems like such a like greenhorn, like innocent. So yeah, I didn't get it
I don't
at
remember the
first.
twist at the end. Full disclosure, I had to stop watching the movie because the heathens where I live somehow discovered firecrackers a month early. So, you know, here's, put up a glass. Here's to hoping they lose a couple fingers. You know what I mean?
That's really funny that they begin early because in Texas it doesn't start earlier than like the night before. They'll do like a little test for some reason. But it's just a very short window and they go fucking ham though. And then it's over.
Oh, these little
I mean,
shit
like
stains love just popping firecrackers. Like, I don't know. Like, is the TV broken? Like, they don't have any cable. The internet's out. The tablet broke. I don't understand. But some of them need to learn a valuable lesson and potentially how to write their name with a couple of fingers missing.
mm,
That might be a little too harsh. I don't care. You're not the one with a fucking convulsing dog in your arms. So,
hmm.
yeah. I don't. What was the twist again? I don't remember.
Okay, so Denzel Washington had a rate. There were a couple. Um, and they went in. I think his name was like Benny or something. I forget the actor's name. He kind of looks like Billy Bob Thornton and sounds like him too. He's like a poor man's Billy Bob Thornton. And so Denzel Washington turned on the corrupt cop that he was like buddies with, and turned him in. He got shot, and they like set up this like crime scene to fake like what happens. And then another twist is that because Ethan Hawke agrees to it and is like, okay, I'll keep this secret. So then Denzel Washington's like, I got to run an errand, and takes him to a house where gangsters are playing poker. And he's like, I'll be back. And he like goes to pretend to talk to somebody. Denzel Washington does. Ethan Hawke is in this like intense game of poker, obviously. And then like things get really heated, and he's like, let's go. He's like calling for his partner, and one of the gangsters is like, he's gone. Like the car was gone. He just left him there to die. They almost kill him, except what saves his life is the fact that he picked up the wallet of the girl that was getting raped, who he saved in the alley, like at the very beginning. And that saves his life because that's the gangster's cousin. The
Right.
end.
And then no, and then I think he goes to
Oh yeah.
confront him, right?
Yeah, he goes into blood territory, or I don't know, orange shirt territory. Um, and he just walks in, and he's like, I'm here for Alonzo. And they're like, okay. And he finds Alonzo at his, baby mama house, Eva Mendez. And the confrontation goes on from there. And he ends up killing Alonzo. No,
No. He Okay, I remember the very last part.
he leaves him.
He takes the shit to turn it in, right? As evidence against him because he's a crooked cop. And then I
Yeah.
think one of the most iconic scenes is the very end, because I remember the very
Yeah.
end on his
Okay.
speech where he tries to get the neighborhood to turn on him,
Yeah.
right?
No, but the neighbors then turn on Alonzo.
No, he gets killed by the Russians. I remember
No,
that
I
part.
know, but they turn their backs on him, literally. They all just like give him dirty looks and walk away. Like he's been rejected by the community he's supposed to be protecting and serving, even though he was doing it like to his own code. So then he drives away, and yes, he gets jumped by the Russians, who fuck him up.
Yeah,
Just
they tear his ass up. Yeah, but I think
like
the moral code
one
is
bullet,
like,
1 or 3 bullets would have sufficed, but they put like 100 in him.
yeah, they definitely sent a message. They MMS'd, you know?
Received.
Yeah, but I think the whole it's almost like a cookie cutter like cop movie, like bad cop movie, and the whole
Ugh. Yeah. It's like I just pity the fools that try to strive to be like Alonzo. They're like, what a cool guy. Shooting his gun sideways, just open in a neighborhood, bullets flying everywhere.
mm, double guns, double pistols on his what do they call that? Rest
Holster.
holster? Oh,
Yeah.
regular holster? Who knows? Not a gun guy.
Just a gangster himself with a badge.
Pretty much, yeah. And he hurt his community. That's why they turned on him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think pretty much in the beginning, he was trying. He had a warrant. I'm doing air quotes, and he was trying to get money from this person. And stole their money with no warrant. So
He doesn't even need the money. He just did it because he was a bully.
yep, gave his training officer fucking PCP, a weed laced with PCP.
Yeah.
He's just a very horrible person. But Denzel Washington carries this movie for sure. He plays the Alonzo character to a T. Like, he is so good.
Yeah, he's terrifying.
Yeah, that's why I was saying that, like, I wanted to watch this movie because just Alonzo, the character of Alonzo Harris, is one of the best villains
Okay.
of all time, because he's not necessarily, there's nothing special about him. He's just evil. He's just a horrible person.
Yeah. He's just bad for the sake of being bad. Like, why steal a poor person's money? He does it repeatedly, too.
Yeah, he does whatever the hell he wants because he's basically playing both sides of the field, right? Like, he's part of the LAPD, but he also is, cool with the community, right? And I think most of them are fucking afraid of him anyway, because who are they gonna go to? He's a cop.
Exactly.
So it definitely plays on that corruption, because most of the time when you see corruption, it's mostly like non-ethnic cops doing real horrible shit, like stealing drugs or just abusing people
Yeah.
traditionally in media. But the reason why I wanted to watch it, because what if you flip it? Like, what if, it's a black cop abusing and doing the same shit? Like, how do you
Yeah.
how do you approach that?
Yeah, I think they approach it in a good way.
I don't, damn, I don't remember if this was in like the 90s. If it was staged in the 90s or the late 90s or the early 2000s. I don't remember.
90s would be my guess based on the fashion.
Yeah, but 90s LA, no joke either. So for him to be feared like that, he must have had a lot of power.
Right.
Because that's an era of LA where, the likelihood of you living to see 25 is very slim.
Yeah, because
Especially,
of the like open gunfights in the neighborhood. I
yep.
was like, oh my gosh.
So what did you think overall of the movie? Since I think this is your first time, right?
Yeah, it's just it's one day, which I thought was well done. And so the movie just, you have to remember it's just one day. Um yeah, I thought Ethan Hawke and Denzel Washington were really good. Um Denzel Washington is such a charismatic, seemingly like nice guy. He often plays the good guy, right? So this was a turn for him, in my opinion. And I thought he did a good job. I wish I had not been so confused about the movie. Probably would have enjoyed it more. I got bored at times because so much of the movie is just them talking in the car. Would you agree or no?
They could have cut like maybe 10 minutes.
It was a long movie.
It was
I
about
felt
two
like they could
hours.
have cut, yeah, they could have cut 30 minutes, in my opinion, and made it a better movie. In my opinion, I don't know. Cut out some of the long convos.
So some
I feel
trivia.
like they were supposed to be profound, but they weren't really that profound.
What?
The talks in the car.
I would slightly disagree. Some of them
Okay.
were. Because, I mean, okay, so for the first one, where he makes him inhale the weed laced with PCP, right?
Mm-hmm.
He, he, he stops in the middle of traffic, doesn't care, pulls a gun on somebody saying to hurry up, pulls a gun on him and says, "You better take it or get the fuck out of my car." And then when he does take it, and then he realizes it's laced with something, he goes, "Well, you're your own man. You should have just, taken it." He's very manipulative,
Yep.
you know,
And he did it for the bigger scheme of being able to manipulate him further.
and
Because
have
he
dirt
was
on him.
like,
Because he, at that
yeah,
point, because they glanced over it. They said that they have somebody who tells them a week ahead when they're about to get piss tested, because narcotics cops get piss tested all the time because some of them are undercover. You know what I mean? And substance abuse can be prevalent. That's why they get piss tested pretty much all the time. But that was his contingency plan, like, or one of his contingency plans, where, if it did go sour, he'd be like, "Yo, piss test him like right now." Not tell him and him have PCP and weed in his system.
yep. Yeah,
So,
he's a horrible like mentor, like trainer, because he's like, narcotics cops have to use drugs. He's just a terrible person.
which in most cases is not true, but some cases yes. So some
Yeah.
trivia: Denzel Washington won a fuck ton of awards playing Alonzo Harris, and he won an Oscar.
Wow.
He's what's considered a hidden villain because he's presented as a cop first, but then as the movie unravels, you know that he is corrupt. He's basically a
Mm-hmm.
fucking criminal, right? Like the underworld of crime, their bosses fear him. And this is almost based on a real story of an LAPD narcotics officer named Rafael Perez. So late 1990s, I think is correct.
Mm-hmm.
The original script for this movie had Alonzo getting away with his dirty deeds. And it was Mr. Denzel that suggested that he get some payback, which I think was a good change.
Yeah, I liked it.
I don't think this movie would be, it wouldn't have had the staying power it has if he got away with it.
Mm-hmm.
And there'll probably be a Training Day too. Please don't. I'm going to give
You
you a
think
list
they'll
of
remake
actors.
it?
No, leave this one alone. Definitely leave this one alone. Nobody will ever come close to playing Alonzo Harris or another character very similar. Like, the formula for this movie has been done over and over again. It needs to have a twist, and if it does have a twist, it's not Training Day. Like, not in
True.
that vein. So I'm gonna read you a list of actors, and they all were considered to play Alonzo Harris. Samuel L. Jackson, Gary Sinise,
Lieutenant Dan.
him, Tom Sizemore, Bruce Willis, James Woods, Gary Oldman, Lorenz Tate, and Dennis Hopper
Huh.
were all considered. I think all of them would have been a bad take. Maybe Lorenz Tate might have been. He might have been okay.
You think Samuel L. Jackson would have been bad?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Because we've seen him in Pulp Fiction and all this other shit. I don't want to see Samuel L. Jackson in this role.
Okay.
Just something about, like, this is, 20 years ago, right? And Samuel L. Jackson would have been what? 50, 60? 50 or 60?
Mm-hmm.
He'd have been an older guy. Well, he's definitely old now, but I don't know. There's just the age range of Denzel is much better. He'd have been 52. 20 years ago, Denzel was 40 something. Nah, Denzel, all the way.
Yeah, perfect casting. Perfect casting with Ethan Hawke too.
It's the hair, too. It's the hair and the beard, you know?
Mm-hmm. The goatee.
Yeah.
That's what made me think 90s.
And he's like all dripped out in black. Like black shirt, black leather jacket, black shoes, black pants, black car.
Black holster.
Yeah, everything.
That was a dope car though.
Yep. I forget what it was called.
Yeah.
It was an older car. It was like probably from the 60s. Like, it was like definitely a lowrider, right?
Yeah, it had hydraulics on it. I mean,
It was a Chevy Monte Carlo from 1979.
cool.
Definitely a classic movie car.
Yeah. They spent a lot of time in it, so it was well chosen.
Well, anything else?
I don't have anything else to add regarding Training Day. We don't have a movie selected yet. Sorry, folks.
Yeah,
But
find
we
out on
will.
Monday. So do yourself a favor, dear listener, to follow the Twitter. That's what we will announce it. Or if you don't have one, in the Discord where we watch movie night, it'll be
Mhm.
posted there. It's called Movie Night.
You can find that link on our website, lowerbitrate.com. Movie night starts at 7, by the way, on Mondays. 7 Central.
Yes. Join us.
Well, thank you for listening to episode 79. Oh my goodness, can't believe we're almost to 80. of the Lower Bitrate Podcast. Find us at lowerbitrate.com for our links. My tippity tap dog says hi if you hear him in the background. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
Bye
Bye.
bye.